Hello, friends of the channel. It's surprising, but a simple white powder that may have long been forgotten in the back of your kitchen cabinet can have a serious impact on your circulation, your everyday energy, and even your potency. For many men over 60, this seems incredible, since we tend to look for solutions in expensive drugs and complex procedures that feel out of reach. Yet the reality is that science is revealing remarkable secrets. Baking soda may turn out not just to be an ordinary kitchen product, but a powerful ally for male vitality. My name is Dr. Joao Vasconcelos. I am a urologist and a specialist in men's health after 60. For many years, I have consulted thousands of men who came to me weakened, drained of energy, lacking self-confidence, and convinced that the loss of potency is an inevitable companion of aging. Men, constrained by the shame of their condition, carried the burden of silence and disappointment. But I always emphasize, aging is not a sentence. It does not mean a loss of strength, and it does not imply accepting impotence or reduced energy. Little known to many, there are already scientific studies indicating the potential of baking soda to improve physical performance. According to research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, this substance can increase tissue oxygenation, reduce acidity that negatively affects blood vessels, and significantly improve physical performance. As a result, circulation improves, energy levels rise, and, of course, erections become stronger, longer, and more stable. What is most striking is that we are talking about an inexpensive, accessible, and simple natural remedy capable of returning youthfulness, unshakable self-confidence, and true enjoyment of life after 60. This is not a myth, but a reality based on scientific studies and applied with simplicity and effectiveness. In this video, I will cover in detail 7 surprising, science-backed properties of baking soda that can radically improve your sexual health, increase erection strength, and, most importantly, restore lost energy. At the end, I will present an incredible recipe that enhances all these effects in a natural and simple way. Before we begin, I invite you to share with us in the comments your age and the city you're watching from. To get to know our community better, I welcome you to the next videos. Let's start with the first benefit, enhancing the delivery of oxygen to erectile tissues. Not many men know this, but the difference between a weak, unstable, unsatisfying erection and a firm, pulsing, lasting one lies in one subtle factor: oxygen. If blood delivered to the penis is not enriched with oxygen, the result will always be the same: diminished confidence, dissatisfaction, and disappointment. And with age, the problem only grows. After 60, red blood cells begin to lose the ability to release oxygen into tissues. The whole body feels this blow, but the first place where it becomes noticeable is intimate life. Erections become slower, shorter, and weaker. It's like trying to light a fire with damp branches. It simply won't catch. This is where baking soda becomes a shocking ally. By neutralizing acidity that chokes the blood and harms the vessels, it creates an internal environment highly favorable for hemoglobin to release oxygen at full capacity. The result is a real oxygen shower directed straight to erectile tissue at the moment of arousal. And this is not an exaggeration. Studies published in the Journal of Applied Physiology have confirmed that controlled intake of baking soda significantly increases muscle oxygenation during physical activity. The same mechanism applied to erectile tissue changes sexual response. More blood rich in oxygen, more firmness, more strength. This detail changes absolutely everything. It's the difference between an old engine choking on bad fuel and a turbocharged motor getting the perfect mix for explosive performance. When the body is saturated with oxygen, an erection occurs energetically, firmly, and with full vitality. The stories sound almost unbelievable. Men who added this simple habit to their routine describe radical changes. They wake up with a vigorous body, sharp mental clarity, and explosive energy that seemed buried by time. In bed, they report faster, longer, more intense erections, restoring not only physical strength, but also confidence and a burning desire to fully enjoy intimate life. Benefit number 2. Supports the body's natural production of nitric oxide. There's a molecule so powerful it can single-handedly determine the fate of your intimate life: nitric oxide. Without it, there is no signal, no response, no firm erection. It is this magic molecule that dilates blood vessels, relaxes smooth muscle, and unleashes a powerful flow of blood that fills the penis at the crucial moment of arousal. The problem is that after 60, natural production of this substance drops sharply, and with it fall strength, confidence, and the feeling of masculinity. Baking soda, although it does not contain nitric oxide, acts as a quiet trigger that returns to the body the ability to produce it in abundance. It neutralizes internal acidity, protects the endothelium, the delicate lining inside vessels, and prevents nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. It is like switching masculinity back on, restoring the body's capacity to produce firm, spontaneous, energetic erections. And science confirms this. Studies published in Circulation Research show that a more alkaline environment preserves endothelial function and sharply increases the bioavailability of nitric oxide. The result: the body can dilate vessels more efficiently, directing a powerful and stable flow of blood to the intimate area. In other words, more strength, more firmness, more pleasure. And the results are impressive. Men who adopted this habit report rapid, profound changes, erections that appear faster, remain firm much longer, and bring back that sense of strength that seemed lost to time. Many describe it as the return of a forgotten energy, almost youthful, reviving not only physical pleasure, but also self-confidence and the feeling that they're once again strong, active, and fully masculine. Benefit number 3: improves the sensitivity of testosterone receptors. Many men over 60 are puzzled when they look at their lab results. Testosterone levels are within the normal range, yet the reality is quite different. Constant fatigue, lack of motivation, loss of strength, and weakened desire. This happens because having testosterone in the blood is not enough. Hormone receptors must be active, sensitive, and ready to use the hormone effectively. Without this, it's like having a full tank in a car with the engine off. Chronic acidity and low-grade inflammation, typical of aging, are direct enemies of these receptors. They make cells resistant, dulled, unable to pick up testosterone signal. As a result, the hormone circulates in the body, but the man doesn't feel its action in his body or intimate life. Here, baking soda reveals its value. By reducing internal acidity and easing smoldering inflammation, it restores these receptors' ability to respond. In other words, it allows the testosterone already present in the blood to finally be used fully. Studies published in the Journal of Endocrinology indicate that acid-base balance directly affects hormonal receptor activity. A more alkaline environment promotes testosterone binding to cells, strengthening its effect on muscles, energy, and sexual function. It's as if testosterone, previously blocked and inactive, suddenly becomes free, once again filling the body with masculine energy, strength, and confidence. Benefit number 4: increases mitochondrial energy in the smooth muscle cells of the penis. Few men know that inside the penis is a special type of cell that acts as the hidden engine of erection: smooth muscle cells. They allow blood to enter, maintain the necessary pressure, and hold the erection long enough for full enjoyment. If these cells can't do their job, an erection won't last. The secret of these cells' power lies in the mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside each one. Over the years, excessive acidity, oxidative stress, and low-grade inflammation weaken the mitochondria, making them slow, tired, and unable to produce enough energy. The result is a familiar picture: short, unstable, disappointing erections. This is a strategic spot where baking soda exerts its effect. By lowering acidity and neutralizing excess accumulated lactic acid, it creates an internal environment that restores mitochondrial strength. That means more available energy, more power in smooth muscle cells, and consequently stronger, longer-lasting erections. Science confirms this mechanism. New research published in Frontiers in Physiology shows that alkalinizing the body positively affects mitochondrial function, increasing muscle cells' capacity to generate energy even under stress. The results are impressive, like replacing a worn-out, depleted battery with a new, powerful, fully charged one. Men who adopted this simple practice note improved erections that last longer and a sense of surging energy. It's as if a long-extinguished spark in the body has reignited, restoring not only sexual strength but also confidence, energy, and the joy of a full life. The fifth benefit helps calm the nervous system, because good circulation and active hormones are not enough if the nervous system isn't ready to cooperate. Many men after 60 face this firsthand. During intimacy, the body seems to lock up, the brain switches on alarm mode, tension takes over, and the physical response disappears, as if the body itself sabotages desire. This occurs because, with age, the balance between the two main systems governing your responses is disrupted. The sympathetic, responsible for stress and tension, and the parasympathetic, which ensures relaxation and natural erection. When the body activates a fight-or-flight response, an erection is impossible even when desire is present. In this case, baking soda can be a helpful ally. By reducing systemic acidity and counteracting low-grade inflammation, it helps free the body from a constant state of anxiety. The result is a more harmonious internal state in which the parasympathetic system takes the lead, allowing sexual response to unfold naturally and without strain. The latest research presented in Autonomic Neuroscience demonstrates a direct relationship between acid-base balance and activity of the autonomic nervous system. A more alkaline environment lowers excessive sympathetic activity and promotes parasympathetic predominance, making deep relaxation and erection easier to achieve. It's like switching off the tension button and turning pleasure back on effortlessly with greater balance and self-control. The sixth benefit is balancing blood pH and optimizing circulation. One of the little-known secrets of men's health lies in blood pH. Over the years, the body naturally becomes more acidic, and this trend, seemingly minor, has a destructive effect on arterial health. Increased acidity leads to vessel stiffening, narrowing, and a reduced ability to respond quickly to the body's needs for blood supply. The consequence is slowed circulation, weak erections, and constant fatigue. Acting as a natural regulator, baking soda helps restore the body's acid-base balance. Gently shifting blood pH, it helps arteries regain their natural elasticity, which leads to the restoration of powerful, efficient blood flow. It's like clearing a clogged hose. Pressure normalizes, the flow becomes free, and the whole body feels a surge of energy. Scientific studies support these claims. Research presented in the American Journal of Physiology indicates that a more alkaline environment favors vasodilation and lower blood pressure, creating conditions that improve circulation and rejuvenate it. Men who integrated this simple practice into their daily routines report significant positive changes, a feeling of warmth in their hands and feet, steady energy throughout the day, and, most importantly, more frequent and stable erections. One can say that restoring the blood's acid-base balance is a key factor that can radically change the body's state, shifting it from fatigue to full vitality. The seventh benefit of this method is reducing inflammation in the vessels. Among the hidden enemies of male potency, one is little known to the public: chronic, low-symptom inflammation. It doesn't cause immediate pain, but it slowly damages vessel walls, thickens the endothelium, the very layer where nitric oxide should be produced, and sabotages circulation. The result: the body ages faster, loses energy, and erections become increasingly rare and unstable. This process is insidious. Even outwardly healthy men can suffer from elevated inflammation without realizing it until they begin to feel a loss of strength, problems with endurance, and a sense that their body no longer responds to exertion as it once did. I call this the invisible thief of manhood. In this case, baking soda acts as a natural shield. It not only normalizes pH balance, but also activates anti-inflammatory mechanisms that reduce tension in the vessels. This returns flexibility to the endothelium and restores its ability to produce enough nitric oxide to sustain strong, powerful erections. Science confirms this. Studies published in Immunology show that taking baking soda can modulate the inflammatory response, lower inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, and directly protect vessels from damage. The smoldering, silent inflammatory process gives way to a freer, stronger circulation, as if the body has regained the ability to breathe and restored lost energy. It's like a rebirth that fills life with new meaning. And now, after exploring the 7 benefits of baking soda, it's time to discover another secret that can enhance their effect. There's a simple, natural method that allows you to get the maximum benefit from all these properties. Mixing baking soda with lemon and apple cider vinegar. This mixture triggers a reaction that positively affects not only acid-base balance, but also stimulates bile secretion, supports effective liver function, and strengthens vessel walls. The result is deeper cleansing of the body, reduced acidity, and enhanced circulation. To prepare it, add half a teaspoon of baking soda to a glass of warm water, 200 milliliters. Squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon. Add 1 tablespoon of natural apple cider vinegar. Stir thoroughly and drink on an empty stomach immediately after waking, 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast. After just a few weeks, repeating this simple ritual 3 to 4 times a week, you can feel its positive effects without overstraining the body. Men who have tried this recipe report impressive changes. They wake up more refreshed, with a clear mind and a sense of energy that once seemed lost. In moments of intimacy, they feel their bodies respond with new strength, more intensely and confidently. In such cases, nature proves more effective than any expensive drug, accessible, without extra cost, and capable of returning pleasure, strength, and self-confidence to men who refuse to resign themselves to aging. If you've read this far, you already know baking soda is not just an ordinary kitchen product. It's a true helper capable of restoring lost energy, improving circulation, and even returning a firm erection after the age of 60. Adding lemon and apple cider vinegar amplifies its action, awakening a vitality many think can no longer be regained. However, it's important not to keep this valuable information to yourself. Thousands of men over 60 suffer in silence, believing that low energy, impotence, and weakness are inevitable companions of old age. But now you understand that things are not so clear-cut. There are accessible, natural, and effective solutions that can radically change life. So please share this video without delay. Send it to anyone who might benefit. Friends, acquaintances, men who need to regain confidence, strength, and joy in life. The more people who learn about this knowledge, the more men will regain their vigor, activity, and true masculinity. Share in the comments what topic you would like to see in my next videos, because this channel is not just a source of information, but a community of strong men who refuse passive aging. Stand firm, keep your confidence, and remember, manhood is not a temporary concept. Hold fast,